Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second time trying to film this, but that's how it goes. Today we are playing with the My Smoke Sessions palette that I got in last week. I have been dying to play with this. No, I do not smoke, but I love this palette. I got this for my daughter for Christmas, and of course everyone knows it's sold out before I realized how much I love the greens. So I also got the taupe lipstick to play with, just because, like the Blue Bloods palette, I had to have that going on. So let's start this again. Small disclaimer, if you're new to my channel, I do have a special needs child. You'll hear him in the background clapping his hands and making noise like that. He's jealous of anyone or anything that takes my time away from him. So wish me luck, and let's get started on this try number 2 to film this video. Okay, so I primed my eyes with my soft ochre paint pot, and I actually set them with some translucent setting powder this time. I was having a hard time blending them the last go around, so I'm going to try this time with a set base and see if these blend a little nicer and go on a little nicer. And I'm already liking this a whole lot better. Yes, that's definitely more of what I had in mind. So I definitely, in my opinion, but I am not a makeup artist, I would say these are going to blend a lot easier for you with a set base and not a tacky base. Okay, now I'm just going to go in with this Sigma E40 and just buff around the edges. I didn't think I was filming for a second there. Just so it doesn't look as harsh. Yes, my love. Told ya. Jealous. Now I'm going to use this BH number 9 flat brush here, and I am going to go in to Black Widow, and I didn't spray this the last time, but it is a little more of a chunkier formula, so be warned. And I just put that all across this empty lid space. Just packing it on. Okay, and that's still packed on pretty decent, even though my base was not tacky this time. And then I'm gonna go in with Granddaddy. I don't know, I've been told these are names of weed, I guess, so they're gonna be silly names. And I went on the inner corner and the outer corner with this. And I connected it at the top, just like that. Then I went back in, did just a little bit with that first BH brush that I used. And that's the phone. Okay. And then I'm going to blend just across this top here. Just like that. Okay, so I keep getting phone call if I can speak English, distractions today, but that's okay. We're going to try to get this filmed. All I did was go along and I used this brush and I put a little more down around the whole little deal we got here, and then I took my Sigma E40 and buffed the edges out again and put my Ico eyeliner on, and we're gonna go get his sippy cup he just threw down. Okay, mess cleaned. Now we're gonna take, hello, take this off. They come off pretty easy. Those little elf strips, I like them. And hang on, let me clean up some of this fallout. I think I'm gonna take some of that Black Widow on my finger and put that, redefine that in that center just a little. Because I think that, what was it, Granddaddy kind of took over the Zai look. There we go. Build it up just a little. Okay. Now I am going to take this BH number 11 flat shader brush, and I am going to dip back in to Sour Diesel, and I'm going to run that real tight up against my lash line. Then I'm going to go in with my tried and true e.l.f. little concealer brush in my Lunar Beauty in Mercury. I love this highlighter, and I have never actually took the little mirror thing off. That lets you know I have not used the mirror. And I'm going to put that right in my inner corner. Oh my god. I love this highlighter. I'm really want to go get a couple more of the shades. Not the darkest, because I don't think that would work for me at all. But yeah, some of the two other next shades, because it's just stunning. Anyway, excuse me. Okay, so I just went in with some Lannister Gold from Urban Decay's Game of Thrones and my Better Than Sex mascara. And that's the first look I thought of with this palette. What do you think? Alright, let's see what we can come up with for these lighter shades. Not lighter, you know what I mean. The other side. I think I'm gonna. I didn't even make it this far last time. I made it this far. That's as far as I made it. Was putting this Space Queen, and for this side I'm using a BH number 7, and I'm starting out on that outer V. And by the time I got to this point, I was like, I need a set base because this is ridiculous. Because I was really having a hard time getting these darker shades to blend and not get real patchy on a tacky base. So that's where I was like, you know what? We're gonna start again, and we're gonna try to make it look like you're not a complete fail at this. Okay, so for this look, and it's still isn't perfect, but for this look, I think I'm gonna try something a little different. I don't know, we'll see. Obviously, this palette would be more ideal to use another palette with, you know what I mean, to try to complement the colors. Let me just buff out these edges just a little. This is one of those blend your hiney off palettes, that's for sure. But darker colors usually do require quite a bit of blending. Okay, so I think I'm going to go into Mean Green here. And I'm going to put that right in this outer area here of my lid. I bet this side would have been really pretty to do a lot like this side, but we're going to go with it. See what we get. If I didn't say, this is a Luxie 245, and I just color switched it off, and we're gonna shoot into Sweet Tooth, and we're just gonna go with it, and we're gonna put that on the remainder of the lid. And I didn't spray these shades either. These are quite creamy all on their own, I can say that. Do get some fallout, of course, but I mean, fallout doesn't bother me because I almost always do my eyes first. But if you've been watching me any amount of time, you already know that. And I'm just taking this Farrah brush. It looks like it's a 35E, just a big old fluffy brush, and buffing everything together just like that. I don't know. I think this side's still winning at the moment. Okay, so I took my eye cover off, and I think I color switched this again. I think I'm gonna dip into this blue-green. I'm sorry, blue-green on the end. And I want to see, hang on, let me get a good angle here, what this looks like in the inner corner. And I'm gonna work it down a little. This shade also feels more of that creamy texture that we got out of the others instead of that. So far, the crumbliest one for me is definitely this Black Widow shade, but we're gonna just take that down on the first part of the lower lash line and see what we think. Not sure how I feel about that. Okay, so I wiped that off because I wasn't feeling the way that was looking. I'm going to go back into that Blue Dream, and I think I'm just going to use this to infuse those two shades, the Mean Green and Sweet Tooth together, because I think this is going to look prettier right in the center of the eye here. Oh yeah, and that just kind of brings that together better. I really like that better. Gonna go back into Mean Green and reinforce this outer, and then color switch it a little, flip it over and go into Sweet Tooth and reinforce this on the inner and mix it with that middle shade. I think I'm going to take this one right along the top there too, just to create a nice little effect here. Back in with this brush in case there are any loose chunks. I just like to go right over it. dip back into Space Queen. You know what? Not with this brush though. I think I'm gonna get a different brush. Okay, I'm gonna take this little short shader brush that I think this was a Slim's Glam short shader brush. I got it in Nipsey. Anyway, oops, I just dropped it right into Blue Dream. What? Yes. Hold that thought. Okay. Let me run that right along my lower lash line. Just like so. And meet her up with the top. Just so very neat. Right there. Are you being silly over there? And then blend this outer just a little bit. I'm having a lot of trouble with these darker shades, that's for sure. Okay, if there's ever a time that your eyeshadow is going to make you feel like a fail, it's going to be when you use these darker shades, that's for sure. I'm still not completely happy with it, but I did go ahead and use my 420 eyeliner that I had got a while back from Melt in this really pretty green on my waterline. I used my Eyeko again on the top and my Better Than Sex mascara. So what do you think? This side or this side? I still think I like this side better. I missed a step. There we go. I just went ahead and used the Lunar Beauty again to highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. So I'm going to go wash these off and see what I can come up with if I use the whole palette together. Or maybe I'll just recreate this on this side. I'm not sure yet. Let me think about it. Okay. Now I want to see what I can come up with if I incorporate my Juvia's Place Tribe palette. I want to see what. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go in. Actually, let's go in with this brown shade right here, just because it's a little lighter. And same deal as before. I have my eyes with my MAC paint pot and a translucent setting powder. And we're going to try to create something semi-wearable. If that's possible with dark green. Going to take another just angled, this is a BH12, and I'm going to go into this Sour Diesel again. And tap off that excess. I'm just gonna create the shape I want to make. And just a little bit above my natural crease here. Go back in with that Sigma brush we used with that light shade of this owl. Just a little, maybe I get a little deeper or a little smaller of a shader brush, mint blending brush. I'm gonna try this BH number 7 and barely tap into that shade. Just a few little taps, just to get a tiny bit of product on there. Just for these areas that looked a little patchy. Just like that. Gonna take that BH number 11 and just tap just a little more with that same shade. Just have a good definition going here. Put that in my outer V. I don't want it too dark, but I want it dark enough, if that makes sense. Just like that. Gonna take that BH number 7 into Space Queen and put that right on the outer V. Slightly up into the crease. Just about halfway here. Just like that. Back with my Sigma brush to buff it all out. Gonna take my Luxie 245 into this Mean Green shimmer shade. Oh, this is such a silky formula. Put that across the whole lid here. Just like that. Then I think I'm going to take some of that Black Widow shade. All I did again was color switch this off. And I'm going to put that right where the mattes and that shimmer color meet. Just like that. Just going to make sure these look seamless on the sides here. I think I'm going to use my finger and dip into Gravity OG and put that, just tap a little bit in right in the center, just because it was looking a little harsh right there where those two shades were meeting, and that wasn't what I was going for. Did I say wearable look? I didn't mean that. I'm going to go back into the Juvia's Place palette, into this Messiah shade, and I'm just going to use that right out here just to add a little dimension up here. Go back in with a big, clean, fluffy brush. Any big, clean, fluffy brush will do. And just buff around the edges here. Okay, I'm just going to take a short shader brush here and dip into Space Queen. And drag that right along my lower lash line. Just like that. Then I'm going to dip into this out of my Juvia's Place palette, that brown that we used. And I'm going to use that just to buff out that first shade that we put under there. I think I'm also going to dip in to that shade there. Just add a little something extra to match that top a little better. Gonna use that Mercury again for the inner corners because I absolutely love the way this complements these colors. Isn't that just so stunning? And just a tiny bit, just on the high points of that brow bone, just for a little something something. Then I put down some of that 420 just up against the lower borderline, and I accented it with some Lannister's gold. Let me get some lashes. Okay, let's try out this 420 and yeah, see what it looks like. Oh my god, that got all over inside my mouth. That's really green. But on a good note, this formula is amazing. I have never tried Melt's lipstick before, but if they're all this formula, I mean, almost no transfer. In another few minutes, there would be probably no transfer, and this feels amazing on my lips. If this wasn't green, I would wear this all day long. Okay, this is still a bit of a bold lip, but I think a dark grungy look needs a bold lip. So this is my final look with the Smoke Sessions palette. My thoughts on the palette are that I love the greens in here. The mattes will get patchy on you if you're not careful. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to have lots of fun playing with this palette. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. The lipstick, oh my god, I love the lipstick formula. I want to say that for sure. And I'm not going to list my foundation in the description box because I am testing out a new foundation and I want to see how it works before I put it out there that I even try. I know I try a lot of foundations, but I'm really trying to find one that I like. Anywho, have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Maybe leave us a little comment, me and Thomas. We would love to hear from you. Lots of love. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. And we'll see you on the next Teresa Tries tutorials. So, bye guys. Lots of fun stuff coming real soon.